So am I allowed to take a stab at the most profound and foundational characteristic of Mike McFall?
Oh, it's your show. I mean, am I allowed to agree or disagree?
Well, yeah.
There we go. So boom.
Integrity.
Absolutely.
Why?
If your people, your organization, your customers, your vendors, if they don't believe that you have integrity, your business will go nowhere. And I shouldn't say nowhere, but you're never going to get. So one of the things that happened to us really early on is we bought a company down in Toledo, Ohio, and we borrowed money from one of our vendors to help us with the acquisition. So we were going through all of that. Long story, we got put in default by our banker. It was a mess. And I remember sitting in a meeting with the CEO of this vendor, our banker, and us. And the banker happened to be their banker. And I basically just laid it down that we were going to pay back the money because they were trying to squeeze the vendor to let go of that debt. And so I mean, and I forget, I came up with some creative way to do that. And we got done with the whole meeting, and I didn't, and I was like on fire in this meeting with the banker there, with the vendor there, about we're living up to this commitment, So the banker left. We were having a cup of coffee with the vendor, the CEO, and I didn't know the term mensch. I didn't know that term at that point. And he said, Mike, I got to tell you, that right there was it. And so he believed in us. He lent us that money. We lived up to that at the end of the day. And from that point forward, he's still our primary vendor. It's our coffee vendor. And if everyone involved doesn't believe in you, it's not going to grow. And so integrity to me is also, I don't know, what else is there? It's
just doing the right thing, right?
That's it.
What I find every day, this is not claiming any level of perfection in that area at all, because I'm trying to live it every day and be great and be better. But the issue is when I come into contact with people that have a different understanding of what do the right thing is. And so whether that's vendors, whether that's employees at times, and we have to be honest about this human experience. We're all coming to this with different teachings, different understandings, different beliefs about society, and that's challenging. A guy like me, you might say, well, just walk away from it. But
no, I wouldn't say walk away from it. I think you gotta bring your truth, though. Mm-hmm. We had an interesting moment with a franchise owner. I gave a keynote, this was a few years ago, and I wore a BIGGBY shirt that had the BIGGBY cup right here in the middle of the chest, and it had a rainbow on it. And I had a number of operators that were upset with me for doing that. And so, one in particular called me, and based on religious, his religious beliefs, he doesn't like the rainbow, what that represents, and so on. And I looked him right in the eye and I said, I won't use his name, but I said, I love you, because I love doing business with you. You're a great person. We've worked together for a long time. I'm not going to back away from this, though. This is what I believe, right? And so we're going to either have to figure out how to work together with this difference, or we're going to have to figure out how not to work together anymore. And I didn't know how to say it any other way. And it was almost like it was a tear-filled conversation. I mean, it was really emotional. And so we had a couple of conversations after that, and we came to some agreements and some ways that we could do things moving forward that would be okay for him and work for me and so on. But I had to say my truth there. And I wasn't going to say whatever I needed to say to make him happy in that moment. And then
so how hard is that, without touching on any specific subjects, how hard is that with where society's at right now, leading a business? Do you think that we can speak our truths all the time and it just ends up where it ends up?
Well, I think we have to. And I actually think that, there's so much focus on polarization right now, but I don't think people are that polarized. I really
the majority of people aren't. The majority aren't.
Yeah. And so, the media focuses on the polarization. And so that's what everybody believes. But, I think 85, 90% of people are reasonably well aligned.
I think so. I think we're inherently good beings.
Yeah, exactly.
The majority of us.
Yeah. And so, and I think that as a business, I do believe that you have to let people know what you stand for and who you are, because they expect that now. I believe people expect that. And so people want to make the decision whether they want to buy from you or not. And in the whole wishy-washy thing of, the sort of PR machine of the last 50 years, that's gone.
Yep.
It's gone.
Yep.
Like you can't, you get caught in that trap and you're in trouble.
Yeah, you are.